Hey guys, welcome back to Apple Unwrapped. My name's Simon Knapp, and thanks for joining me once again. We're going to talk about some of the interesting hardware that's possibly going to be launched towards the end of October at the late fall event, if it happens. Let's get started. So let's jump straight in. The first and the biggest announcement that I'm really looking forward to is AirPods 3. That for me is the big one because it's probably the one that I'm going to buy. We've seen lots of leaks over the last few weeks, including the possibility of renaming to AirPods Pro, which I don't really understand adding Pro onto all of these things, but it appears to be the naming future for Apple. But what's really going to be Pro about them? Well, the price, first of all, rumored to be somewhere between $250 and $350. How you could justify paying $350 for AirPods, I genuinely don't know. $250 sounds reasonable, but only if they have the rumored features of active noise cancellation, including pass-through technology. Perhaps you can slide your finger up one of them and it will remove the noise cancelling to allow you to hear the real world. And more touch gestures would be fantastic because, frankly, the double tapping into your ear, if you get it wrong, it's really loud, it can hurt, and it's really just not a pleasant interface experience. We've seen renderings now of a slightly larger, maybe about this large, charging case. The rumors are that it's going to have twice the battery life of the current AirPods 2, which is around 25 hours total charge. If we could see 40, 45 hours, maybe even 50 hours from one small charging case with potentially quick charge, I think that's a really good improvement and something that, frankly, AirPods could have done with from earlier in their life cycle. Of course, when AirPods 2 dropped earlier this year, there was no significant boost to battery life. We now have wireless charging through the case. Again, that's rumored to be maintained in AirPods 3. But really, AirPods 2 didn't bring much to us with the exception of on-demand Hey Siri, which I have triggered. But here's what I'm really excited about: the potential of upgraded or maybe even Apple-branded over-ear headphones with full noise cancelling. Beats recently introduced the Beats Solo Pro, which is an on-ear, fold-to-power-on noise-cancelling headset, which is great. It's great that it's got the Beats branding still because that's so valuable to Apple and the brand, but if it's got the same Beats noise profile, the chances are not many people are actually going to enjoy the audio. It does have the H1 chip from the AirPods 2 though, which gives us the luxury of being able to hot switch between all our devices. I'm in the market for new noise-cancelling headphones. I have Bose QC35s from years ago. Bose QC15s from years ago. But having had AirPods now for nearly 2 years, I feel spoiled by the W1 chip in my original AirPods and the ability to switch between, I think I probably have around 8 iCloud signed-in devices, including Apple TVs, and it's just fantastic. It's spoiled me. The idea of switching to Bluetooth, Bose, or Sony headphones, where with the Sony you only get one truly connected device, two with the Bose, I just can't get my head around it. What I'm really hoping for is Apple-branded over-ear, that's the important one, over-ear noise-cancelling headphones. They can call them Apple Headphones Pro. I don't mind if they do that. But what I'd like is a really refined Apple sound profile with noise cancelling and the benefits of the H1 chip or any advancements that we have in the very near future. Will it happen? Who knows? The renderings were out earlier in the year, but they do seem to have disappeared or gone at least onto the back burner. Speaking of which, we could now be seeing an update to the MacBook Pro lineup. I have had a MacBook Pro from 2016, the first iteration of the Touch Bar. Thankfully, due to AppleCare being fantastic, they also replaced it and gave me a 2017 model and a 2019 model. But now we could be seeing the 16-inch model finally coming to market. It's a long-rumored device, potentially with an OLED provided by Samsung. That could make it a rather interesting device. What else could we see though? I don't think we're ready for an ARM switchover. I still think that's a couple of years out. I don't think the platform is ready, especially if you look at Catalina, it's a hot mess. So that's going to be the latest generation of Intel i9s probably. Still 8-core, I'd have thought, with the option to have 32 gigs of RAM. Last but not least, with the 16-inch model is I genuinely hope they add some thickness to the device. My MacBook Pro 2019 15-inch 8-core gets really, really hot. I use iStat Menu as recommended by the guys over at ATP, Accidental Tech Podcast, and it's a fantastic little utility. But I do see when I'm running Xcode and I'm building, fairly not the most complex apps, that my device regularly hits 90 to 95 degrees. Celsius, which is really bloody warm. Hopefully we'll see a larger case footprint, which will allow for some better thermodynamics and for some real thermal cooling improvements, because I still don't think it's right. Of course, with the 16, we're hoping for the most important thing, frankly, is the new keyboard. Will we see the Apple team switch back to the scissor keyboard away from this butterfly disaster? I've kind of got used to everything on this current generation of keyboard except for the arrow keys. I just cannot do the up and down arrow by touch time. I always get it wrong and have to go down manually. It's very frustrating. Will we see a new keyboard? I really believe that's almost a given now. They're the rumors for the Apple MacBook Pro 16-inch, hopefully coming later this year. Last but not least is something that I find really interesting. With the iPhone 11, 11 Pro, and 11 Pro Max, we have the inclusion of the U1 chip. Now, long rumored as Apple's Tile competitor, i.e. something that an adhesive tab or something you can stick on your keys, on your AirPods. It would be cool to see the U1 in the new AirPods, to be fair. But the Tile competitor would allow you to pinpoint devices or whatever you have your tab stuck on to within a few feet, potentially as the U1 is improved within a few inches. Combine that with Apple's push for augmented reality, and we really could see you holding your phone up going, where the heck did I leave my keys? Oh, they're over there. The depth, it must be just behind that cushion. How frustrating. But at least you'll have an easier way to find them. I hope we'll see this, especially with Apple's privacy and improvements in the way that they're helping you find your MacBook Pro if it's lost, for example. I really hope we see a Tile competitor, because it's about time that Apple finally released this product. They're all the products that I would expect to see from a late fall event. However, are we going to have one? I don't know, is the honest answer. I really want there to be an event. I want Apple to have a strong lineup of new products for the holiday season. I'd like to see some new headphones. But I don't know. Are we going to be disappointed? These rumors have been so strong for months now. I fear that anticipation is building from those of us in the sort of geeky Apple corners of the internet. Are we going to be disappointed? As always, time will tell. Thank you for stopping by. I've been Simon Knapp. This has been Apple Unwrapped. If you liked the video, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. That would be great. I wouldn't worry about the notification bell, because who really uses that? Other than that, I hope you have a great week, and I'll chat to you again next Monday. Right, take care. Bye-bye.